Everybody, and welcome into week 2 of the Weekly Warrior Preview. I'm Donette Logan with Jerry Young. And Jerry, we could not have asked for a better start to the season.
We couldn't. Biggest game in the state, big stage. We put 21 in the first quarter up there. We got a lot of players to talk about. We even got a new segment this week.
We do. Seth Hagen's going to join us for a recruiting segment. We're going to talk to Connor Harrell, Gregory Green, and Coach Freeman. But first, a word from our sponsors.
Looking for amazing family dentistry in Alabaster? Doctors Albritton and Artavino strive to stay up to date on the latest techniques in dentistry and materials to help provide the best treatment available. From cleanings to same-day crowns and even whitening, Albritton and Artavino Family Dentistry is here to serve all your dental needs.
Go Warriors!
Envirosol is locally owned and operated in Alabaster since 2007. Germ remediation services for home or office, fogging service with botanical disinfectants, ozone treatments, covering the entire home and office, kills bacteria and viruses. And ask about our COVID-19 treatment plans. Envirosol, contact them today.
Welcome back to the Weekly Warrior Preview. And Jerry, the talk was on the defense all summer, but Thompson's offense, unbelievable.
Yeah, we lit it up, 21 points in the first quarter, like I mentioned. And let's talk about Connor Harrell. I mean, he threw for, 3 touchdowns, rushed for 2. But the main figure that I want to mention, he was responsible for 304 total yards. That's on his debut. You know, we go back a couple of years ago, all the hype about Tungavaloa, and then was Sawyer. Could he come in and replace Tungavaloa? And now this year, can Harrell come in and replace Sawyer? Answer is yes. He can definitely replace him, and you had a chance to catch up with him.
I did. I was just doing a little homework on Connor. I found out he had a very extensive athletic career at his middle school, but he kind of put all that aside to focus on football. Connor Harrell, thank you so much for joining us. You had a stellar start to this season against Oxford. When you got out there, you're following not one but 2 sets of big shoes.
Yes, ma'am.
Were you out there trying to live up to what the potential they set for you or to your own standard?
It's more trying to live up to my own standard. I mean, Sawyer and Leah, they set great standards for me, but I have to still, do what I need to do on the field. They were great leaders to me, so I learned from them a lot, and they gave me a lot of pointers and stuff throughout the years, and Sawyer still giving me pointers. He talked before the game, he was getting me ready for the game, but I still have to, get my own, know what I need to do.
I saw Sawyer on Twitter posting, big man making his way, showing a picture of you, and he was there. I was on the sidelines with him supporting you. What's a piece of advice you learned from Sawyer?
Well, before the game, he told me it's your time. Last year he had to fill Leah's shoes, and everybody was saying, could he do it? But he just told me that you got to be confident in everything you do. It's your time to show out.
People look at you as a dual threat quarterback, and we saw that Saturday with the running and the passing game. But I was looking you up, and I found your middle school reels, and you were all-star baseball, all-star track, and then football. What made you go more towards football?
Well, I guess the love of football. I mean, I played baseball, track, and basketball my whole life, and once I got to high school, I started loving football more. So I just wanted to focus on quarterback because that's what I love so much.
You guys had a little bit of an obstacle with the spring and no scrimmage, no 7-on-7. What kind of training did you do in the off-season on your own?
Well, I trained with Nalu Tagovailoa, Talia Kames. I trained with Sawyer some. Every day we were in the facility working, just training, all types of quarterback training. So I was just getting better, getting ready for the season.
I always like to ask our quarterbacks this question. If you could give a piece of advice to our young Warriors that are starting out, what would that be?
My advice would be work every day, because there's so many people out there trying to get at the quarterback position now these days. So you just gotta work, really. That's all. You gotta work and trust God in everything you do.
Well, I can't wait to see what all you do this season. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Jerry, we get 2 years to watch Connor at that starting position, and I think we're going to see some amazing things from him.
Absolutely. We talk about the offense, but we also got a strong defense. Even though offense started out great this year, they really hung the points up there. But, the defense loaded with 5-star talent. One of them's Greg Green, big, tall, athletic young man. Plays defensive end. He's got offers from several schools. He'll get some more as the season goes on. But you found out something interesting about him.
I did. I've kind of told you guys on and off about their summer workouts. and I finally found the video of him pushing a van as part of his summer training. Gregory Green joins us now, and Gregory, I'm so glad you took a chance to talk to us. All off season, I talked to Jerry and Seth Hagen about your training and what you guys were doing. Yours stood out to me because I saw you pushing or pulling a van. Why did you get so creative that way? What motivated that?
We don't have that many weights at my house, so we had to find some way to get some work in. And, I'm going to be pushing around a lot of big bodies this season, so we decided to go outside and just start pushing the van. And some good work. It really shows when you do all that work.
How far would you push it for?
Down the block and back about 3 times.
What else did you do to get creative with your training?
I have a dog at home, and I chase the dog around, and he never gets tired, so it definitely got me in shape. So, and I went to Coach L down in Birmingham. He's a good trainer.
I saw you did some stuff with Coach L. Yeah, it means you work with a couple of the other guys that are around the state, some of your future competition as well. I know you've got offers rolling in left and right. You've got Austin Peavy. I wrote them all down. We forget Sanford offered you and stuff. When you started having those offers come in, but you didn't have the spring training to kind of get those eyes of the recruits, do you feel more the pressure during the game to get them to come look at you, or how are you getting their attention now?
I'm just trying to focus on doing what my team needs me to do. And I know if I do my job, then the recruits will see. I know that they'll be watching. I know they'll be watching.
See your ring on your neck there. You made a change with Freeman. Tell me what it's like playing underneath Coach Freeman.
It's great. It's great to be over there with Coach Freeman. He's an amazing coach. He's been in my ear since freshman year. He's just a great guy. He's like another father to me. He's amazing.
I hear that from a lot of people when I'm going fishing with him, and I just winds up seeing them past high school and on. What can we expect to see from you on the field this season?
A big turnaround from junior year. I really grown into myself. I feel like I'm only getting better by the games. This is a really good season.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I can't wait to see what you do this season. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
So many great athletes, so many great young men. That's just proof right there, just another one.
Absolutely. And we get to profile these guys all season long. And we have a new segment coming up.
We do. Seth Hagen's going to join us after the break. We're going to talk recruiting right here on the Weekly Warrior Preview. All right, welcome into a new segment here on the Weekly Warrior Preview. It's the Warrior Scouting Report with Seth Hagen. Seth, let's start with sophomores. We already got a couple of them that's nationally ranked. Matter of fact, one of them is ranked 1, one of them's ranked 2 at their position.
Yeah, it's amazing. The 24/7 rankings just came out. Tony Mitchell, #1 cornerback in the nation. This kid can play cornerback. He can play safety. He can play the star linebacker position. There's nothing that Tony can't do. He took a hit last week, but he's going to come right back, and he's going to be a great player for us. And then you got Peter Woods. I mean, what a man-child this kid is. 265, 6'4", not even 16 years old yet. And he is the #2 defensive end in the country for the 2023 class, but he also plays defensive tackle, so you can see him just about anywhere, and his ceiling is just so high.
Just part of why Thompson's defense is so good. Yeah. While let's stick on the defensive side of the ball, everybody knows that Jeremiah Alexander's already committed, but he has committed to Alabama.
Yeah, he has, and they're getting an absolute hoss. This kid can drop down, play defensive end, play outside linebacker. They've been lining him up at middle linebacker. It's just, again, the ceiling is so high because they double train these kids, and he's got so much ability off top. I mean, he even had a couple interceptions last year. What can Jeremiah Alexander not do? I'm so looking forward to seeing him line up against Sparkman.
All right, this will be a reoccurring segment here on the Weekly Warrior Preview. We'll talk about all the young men that have offers from the Thompson football team. So, thanks for joining us, everyone.
Thanks, Seth, for joining us. A little weird having him with us on Thursday instead of just Friday.
Yeah, well, he does color analyst for us on the Warrior Nation Network, so tune in. Donette's on the sideline, and
we've got a game this week.
We do. Sparkman, hey, listen, they came to Gardendale, played 6A Gardendale. They're 7A, of course. No shame in losing to Gardendale. Gardendale's a good team, but they lost. Now, we travel up there. This will be their first home game. Stands will be fired up. They got a great head coach, came from Tanner, won several state championships. It's in his third year, so we'll see how he can get his team to going. But it'll be a good ball game, but I expect us to go up there and handle business.
Anytime you have a road game, it's always up in the air, so you've got to go in ready for anything.
Absolutely. So let's talk volleyball, Donette.
Volleyball. They got off to a fantastic start.
Right.
Their season is going, ready to go. Their schedule's a little iffy. They're kind of unsure what's ahead with COVID, so they've got some gaps in the schedule. The best thing to do is just kind of check out Thompson Athletics page and check out the schedule, and be sure to go catch those ladies at Warrior Arena.
All right, we'll talk to Coach Freeman when we come back right here on the Weekly Warrior Preview.
Drone Tech specializes in drone models, customization, training, and maintenance with the industry-leading Drone Deploy software to provide professional, quality results. For more details, visit Michael Golden and the team at drone-tech.net or call 205-895-5099 and give them a follow on Facebook and Instagram.
Shelby Fence Company is a local family-owned business serving Shelby County and surrounding areas since 1989. You can count on our team of highly experienced installers to give you quality products, expert installation, and friendly customer service. For your next fence project, remember Shelby Fence Company in Alabaster.
Welcome back to the Weekly Warrior Preview. One segment I look forward to every week is your interview with Coach Freeman.
That's right. We sit down, we see what's on his mind every week. Here's what he had to say.
Well, Coach, a quality win against a quality team is a good way to start the year.
Sure it is. It was a good win against a good team. It sure was.
What questions did you come out of there that you may have had that you feel like you had answered?
The number one priority was finding out how much that the quarterback could handle. We had a very small game plan that he had some options off of to protect himself, and he made some good choices. He made a couple choices where we should have probably run the ball a couple times, and we made a late throw that could have been a disaster. But you take all the good things that he did, and he grew up against a really good team. We got on them early on some things, and we got us a lead, and then we broke down on defense, and that's not acceptable. We gave them a free touchdown on a play. We messed the coverage up. Later on, we don't tackle the quarterback, and all they've talked about all year is our defense, and them kids are reading it, and I know the true meaning of rat poison now.
All right, so Connor comes in, had really 2 years of big shoes to fill, but he did, and so and then going over to the defense, had some good plays on defense and let them score a couple of times too.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. You score 42 points in a half against a good football team, then the second half should be shortened down with running the ball and doing some things, and we didn't do that. So it's our expectations. We want to win the game, and we set out to win the game, but you can't feel good about some of the things we did. We don't tackle the quarterback like we talked about. He goes the distance. We don't cover one of the best receivers in the state. He scores. It gives them energy. It's 21-0. We're scoring about every time we got the ball. It's 21-0. We let them back in. then we score, they score, and it just got to be in that game that you don't want to be in. I mean, so I'm just being totally honest. We got a lot we got to fix to be a good football team. Offensively, I was totally shocked how successful we was. Connor played good. I think that the offensive linemen, for the most part, played good, and our receivers caught the ball good. So that's the plus we had. And here's why you get upset. As a head coach, I go in the game with a freshman snapper. Never snapped a punt in his life. Not in the game, varsity game. So you got that to worry about. You got a holder that's never held before. You got a center on the extra point. And people say, why are you upset over it? Well, that it shouldn't have mattered. It came down late where we had to have a freshman make a great snap on punt. We had to, so yeah, we demand a lot, but we expect to be extraordinary here instead of ordinary. And so it was a great win. All wins are great. You beat Oxford, defense state champion, so we're happy with the win, but there's a lot to work on, and it's a short week to do it.
All right, so we've traveled for the first time this year. That's different, but we need to get one of those traveling games under our belt with buses and everything that goes with traveling, first of all. And we're also going to play a 7A team, one of the biggest high schools in the state in Spartan. Yeah, and a lot of athletes on the field. They play two quarterbacks. One throws it really well, and one runs it really well. Big old offensive line, 6'8", 300. At left tackle, right tackle's over 300 pounds. Defense has a lot of speed in the safeties and the corners are really athletic kids. So we got to go play, and I hope we see a lot more emotion from our kids, and I hope we make some better plays on defense this week. All right, good luck, Coach. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Thank you.
So, Jerry, we hit the road this week.
We do. Friday, we play at Sparkman High School. If you can't make the trip, warriornationnetwork.org. Click on the Listen Live. If you'd like to listen for free, you can always view the game by getting a subscription to the NFHS Network. Once again, folks, it's the best deal in town. $69. You get to watch all the games all year for that, not just that game. So, and you get to watch other schools too because they're on the network. So if you'd like to see who we're playing next week, peek in, see how they look, you can do that too. So warriornationnetwork.org.
Plus you can get a $10 monthly pass, and then you have an app on the thing I'm not going to try to say.
Roku.
That's it. I messed that up last week.
That's the other thing. It's now available on Roku and Fire Stick, so you don't have to watch it on your computer on the stream. Now you can watch it on your TV right in your living room.
So we will see you Friday night as we hit the road and take on Sparkman. Thanks so much for joining us on the Weekly Warrior Preview.